Hey everyone, this is Rob, and today we're going to be looking at the Super SD System 3 by Terra Onion. These are the same folks that brought out the Neo SD flash card for the Neo Geo a couple of years ago. In fact, I have a new version coming out pretty soon, the Neo SD Pro, that I'm super interested in. But anyway, this is not about the Neo SD or the Neo Geo, this is about the Super SD System 3, and this actually works on your PC Engine, Core Graphics 2, Super Graphics, and even though it doesn't say so on the box, it'll actually also work in an American TurboGrafx 16 system. And so what is a Super SD System 3? You know, until recently I didn't know myself. I kind of overlooked this somehow, even though it's an incredible product. It takes three of the most common things you would want to add to a PC Engine and combines them all into one. It's basically a combination EverDrive, a hardware emulator for a CD-ROM, and RGB mod all in one unit. And the best thing about it all is you don't even need to modify the original system, and you can swap from system to system as easily as just pulling the SD System 3 off the back of one system and put it on another, and you've got instant RGB mod, an instant CD-ROM, and instant flash card. So it's pretty amazing that they put this all into one, and it's reasonably priced considering what you're getting. It's about $300 shipped to you. This is actually not my Super SD System 3, and that's kind of a bummer because you might have already noticed there's a tear on my box, or I say my box, but it's not actually my box. This is a friend of mine's Super SD System 3, and he entrusted me with this, and I'm pretty bummed, not as bummed as he's gonna be, but I'm pretty bummed that I damaged his box, because as a fellow collector, I know this would drive me nuts. So I'm gonna contact Terra Onion, I'm gonna try to get him a replacement box because I feel super bad about it. He entrusted me with this because he wanted my advice on it. He recently bought an EverDrive, and he had ordered this actually back in January, and it just showed up at his house. He had forgotten about it. And before he even took it out for a test spin, he dropped it off at my house and said, hey, run it through its paces, let me know what you think, maybe make a video of it. And sure enough, I had a microphone accident that fell right on there, and yeah. So anyway, sorry Jesse, I'll see what I can do to get you a replacement, man. My bad. So anyway, let's move on to the box. It's really professionally done. These guys really go all out. The box looks like anything you would find at a retail store. In fact, it even has a UPC symbol on the back. This thing would look right at home next to a Retron 5, or on one of those classic video game stores or specialty stores that I visit that sell kind of knockoff stuff. But I don't know how they'd feel about selling a flash cart since their business is selling used cartridges. But in any case, I mean, maybe they can bill it as just, or the Terra Onion guys can sell it on the fact that it's a built-in RGB mod, or, well, the hardware emulator for the CD-ROM's not going to sell it either because it doesn't actually play CDs. It only plays CD images. So, but anyway, we're going to get to all that when we do, when we actually put it through its paces. I'll show you all that stuff. But let's take a look at the box again real quick. And so just, it's in English and Japanese, which is kind of neat. Surprised it's not in Spanish because I'm pretty sure Terra Onion's out of Spain. I don't know if they have another version of the box that goes to Spanish-speaking countries, but anyway, it describes kind of what it does here on the back. And here it says compatible with PC Engine, Core Graphics 2, and Super Graphics. It doesn't say TurboGrafx 16 here, but it does say on their website. And I'll be honest with you, I've already unboxed it and played with it a little bit, and it does say so in the manual, so it's confirmed that it will work for that. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'm a few minutes in and I haven't unboxed it yet. I tend to do that a lot. But let's see, let me show you. It's pretty straightforward, but nicely packaged. So it comes with this nice printed manual, full color, sort of, as full color on the outside and then black and white on the inside. Normally I would spend the time and read everything to you, but it's kind of a lot, and I don't know how well that text shows up. Actually, it looks okay there. So, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If you've ever used an EverDrive or any kind of flash drive, it's very similar to that. You don't really have to do anything else. I mean, you don't have to do anything at all for the RGB mod. In fact, all you need is a Mega Drive 2 or Genesis 2 compatible RGB cable, or I think it just works with any Genesis 2 or Mega Drive 2 AV cable. It has the same pinout on the back of it. And here's a quick start guide. So basically you get a micro SD card, it supports up to a 256 gigabyte card. Now that may sound like overkill if you were just doing HuCards or turbo chips, but the thing is it does support the Q-bin format for CDs. It actually does CDs, super CDs, and even arcade CDs. It actually says so on the box here. It supports the arcade card. So that, I mean, that's kind of a topic for another video. In fact, if you watch my arcade, what is it? What is it? Arcade Card Pro? No, Arcade Card Duo video where I do an unboxing of that and play with that. It'll explain to you all the different kinds of CD cards are available. But anyway, it emulates the CD drive in software, and you can load up your Q and bin images, and then of course your HuCard turbo chip ROMs. And all you do is put that in there into the side, and then you plug it into the back of your PC Engine or Core Graphics or whatever, and yeah, hook it up to a Genesis or Mega Drive 2 cable, and you're good to go. So that's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. The unit itself is really compact and well made. I mean, it feels solid. It doesn't feel cheaply made or anything. The construction seems really good. You can see it has SD System 3 and the Terra Onion logo there. It's molded into it, and then here it says RGB/AV multi-out. It's kind of hard to see there. I think you can see it. Not much to it. It's got this kind of smoky gray case, and I think that's a good choice because it depends. The different, the system, you have a TurboGrafx which is black, the PC Engine is white, and then the Core Graphics and Core Graphics 2s are type of gray, same with the Super Graphics. So I think this is kind of a good compromise for all that. You have a CD, I'm sorry, an SD card, the CD would be huge, an SD card slot on the side, and then the AV slot on the back. And that's pretty much it. Not much to it. So you just take your Core Graphics 2 or your PC Engine or whatever you got, slap it on the back, and that's it. That's all there is to it. It uses the regular power from Core Graphics or whatever you got, and you can use the AV from here, but if you do that, you will not get any audio from the CD emulation because there's no way to send audio back into the Core Graphics. So you do have to use the AV out on the back here if you want the CD audio. But if you want to double it, like for streaming or whatever, you can use this to play and then just shoot the video someplace else if you'd like. This, by the way, is just a modification for my particular Core Graphics that allows it to play American and Japanese HuCards and turbo chips, but it's unnecessary for this because it plays everything either way. So it's really nice, and the CD unit was never region locked. I mean to say it was never region locked anyway, so you can play CDs from anywhere. Anyway, guys, that's it for the unboxing. I will go ahead and show you the menus and stuff like that and let you know what I think. Just a quick comparison. Actually, nice little thing, I've already tested this. You can actually put a Turbo EverDrive in here, and you can have both. Completely unnecessary, but and this will take precedence over that. But anyway, guys, that's it for the unboxing. I'll be right back with the actual gameplay itself and the menus. Be right back. All right, so we have the Super SD System 3 hooked up to my PC Engine, Core Graphics 2. You probably noticed the guy here with me. This is Jesse. This is the guy that I messed up his box. So.
Yeah, look at that hole in there, dude.
Douche.
It's right there.
Sorry. So, we're going to obviously go through the menus and stuff like that, but I kind of wanted to have you here so that you can, you can have your questions answered. And it's probably the same questions that people watching this video have. So.
Now, I mean, interrupt, but it's just so you guys know, I am somewhat of a turbo noob. You can ask Rob. I mean, I bugged him so much, and he says, "Dude, just get a Turbo Duo and be done with it, dude." And
just get something. I think I said, just pick something and get, because you agonized for a long time over what system to get an American one, to get a PC Engine, to get a Turbo Duo, to get a Super CD-ROM, all kinds of stuff, and you finally ended up just getting the TurboGrafx, right?
Well, I got both.
Well, originally you got a TurboGrafx, a boxed original American TurboGrafx.
I wanted that system since I was a kid, and I would just drool over it when I go to Toys R Us.
I thought you said you had one as a kid.
No. I would go and just look at it. A friend of mine had it, and he had the whole Turbo CD system and got to play Street Fighter 1, Fighting Street. And I was like, this is so cool. The game is crap.
The game is garbage.
But still, I never got one, and it just faded into obscurity.
Yeah.
So I never got the chance
and
to
then you missed
one.
probably literally the early 2000s where they were super cheap and just everybody was dumping them. I remember, I think I've
never seen them.
I think I've told the story on one of my other videos, but I had where I bought a stack of Super CDs for $100. There was 12 or 13 in there, and had Cotton and Lords of Thunder. There's 2 copies of Lords of Thunder and all this stuff. People just didn't care, Well, so you missed that part, and then
I'm 41, so my memory's a little hazy. But yeah, you're right. Come to think of it, I did briefly have a Turbo Duo for a
Okay,
short period of
there you
time.
go. Mhm.
And that's where I got Fighting Street on there. And then my brother turned around and pawned the system
Nice.
behind my back and lost it. And yeah.
I picked up a Turbo Duo used back when it was still in the stores. And I had like Dragon Slayer. Even back then, they were pretty cheap. I got a big package used. It's early 90s or mid 90s, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever it was, maybe a year after release. Ended up selling it, so I could buy a Neo Geo. So, but you know, one expensive rare system for another expensive rare system.
So I jumped the gun and got this without consulting him first.
I didn't even know.
He didn't even know. But when I read it and saw that what it could do, I was like, this just takes all the work out of buying all the pieces, all these moving parts, and recapping this and that. And space is a big thing for me because I have he's got more systems than me, but for what I'm working with, space is a big factor. So this was compact and it hooks up to the PC engine.
Yeah, you weren't around when I was doing the unboxing, but basically I covered it's basically three things in one. It's the flash drive, of course. Then it's basically a hardware emulation for the CD-ROM,
Right.
and then it's emulating hardware, and then RGB mod all in one and mod free.
Yeah.
So you just plug it into the back of the system and it works. So yeah, it's really good. And the nice thing is you can switch it between systems. No big deal. Even American systems. Put on your TurboGrafx, put on your Core Graphics. You ended up picking a PC Engine or Core Graphics 1?
Core Graphics,
2?
Yeah, 2. Core Graphics 2.
The same thing I got. Yeah, so yeah, it's a great system.
No, wait, it's a Core Graphics 1, the darker one? The darker one.
Okay.
It's the dark one. It's not the white system, it's the
It also works on the Super Graphics. I have a Super Graphics sitting back. I know you can't see it, but I have a Super CD-ROM 2 RGB modded. And at the end, maybe we'll do a switch and see what the difference is. Right now, the system is running through an OSSC, and it's being captured by an Elgato HD capture device. But the problem is the Elgato doesn't support a whole lot of different inputs. So the only thing I could get to work with the OSSC was line doubling or 2x. So the video there to the left is going to be 480p. And we'll do the same thing, though, when we capture the Super Graphics to the Super CD-ROM, just to kind of get a apples-to-apples comparison between the RGB output of the Super SD System 3 and the hand-modded Super CD-ROM.
I ordered this right when
January,
when they caught what was wrong with it. Apparently there was an issue. Maybe.
Yeah, there was some. I read up. I didn't know shit about this until way late. I looked at it and I thought it was one of those Tenno Koei, or Turbo Booster Plus, one of those things you slap on the back and it lets you save games and also gives you like AV out instead of like the crappy RF. Because the TurboGrafx didn't have AV out. So I thought it was one of those things. I just completely ignored it until you bought it. Then I looked into it. I'm like, holy crap, this thing's awesome.
On paper, right?
Well, it is pretty good. I don't like the menu systems, and we'll see that here in a little bit. But it's 95% spot on.
Cool.
There's 5% of it's a little janky. Again, I don't like the menu system. I noticed a little bit of a buzz in the audio. Well, you might not even be able to pick it up. We're getting the audio from a mic. It's not direct feed because otherwise it's just a pain in the ass for me to sync all the audio. So I just like to get the audio is coming from speakers. So you may or may not hear the buzz. But I think it has a problem with a couple of CD games. Like I think it was My Life in Gaming. Do you ever watch that channel? Mm-hmm. You should watch that channel. They have a good review of the Super SD System 3. It's really technical. My channel's not as technical as other channels, but they have a really awesome video on the Super SD System 3.
Yeah.
And they found that there was some glitches in certain games and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's if you're not doing a direct comparison, you'll never even notice. The audio is degraded a little bit, but it's still pretty good. Granted, you have everything in one, and it was like $300 shipped.
Yep.
Yeah,
roughly that much.
It's awesome. You don't even, because otherwise, you have to do it like me, spend a whole bunch of money, buy the parts separately, mod the stuff separately. It's a pain in the butt.
I was anxious to open this up, but I just had a kid when this came in, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Rob and let him mess up the box and break it in, literally break it in and let me know what he thinks.
Well, let's get it fired up here. If you want to mind hitting that,
do it now,
so you can experience it. So, have you seen these? You fired it up? You said
fired it up just to make sure it worked.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have anything to.
Yeah, just couldn't power that sucker on. So what you've been staring at right now is that Super SD System 3, the startup menu, or the startup.
And then it came to this menu here.
Yeah, it comes to this menu. So if you've seen my Turbo EverDrive video, then this menu should look or these list of folders should look very familiar, because all I did was take the SD card out of the Turbo EverDrive and put it in the SD System 3. I added a 9th folder here for CDs, and that was pretty much it. You can even see that it still has the Turbo EverDrive directory that's required for the Turbo EverDrive, but it's not required for the SD System 3.
So you read it no problem. You don't have to...
Nothing.
Nice.
Nothing at all. Here's my main problem with this menu. First of all, why would button 1 not do anything? That should be the accept OK button, and this one should be the cancel button, the button 2. And then run should be options. That's how you play a game, right? You hit start or run, and you get the option screen. You know, A's or A or 1 would always accept, and B or 2
go back.
cancels.
B cancel or
right?
go back,
That makes sense, and that's the way it does. But not on this system. On this system, they made it so run is what selects. So I have to hit that, and then B or 2. I'm saying B like it's a Nintendo system. 2. When you think go back, it actually it brings up the option screen like all the time, and that's super annoying.
Oh.
See, like in order to go back, like say we're down here. In order to go back, I got to go all the way to the top and find the up folder. That thing looks like a lock to me, you know, like a bicycle lock or something.
It does.
But
yeah.
I know it's supposed to be a folder. So you have to hit run on that to go back.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the font. The
font is not super good.
Yeah.
So in the lower right-hand corner where it's blank, the like black square, you're supposed to be able to, and I asked you about this, you're supposed to be able to put screenshots of your games. And there's supposed to be some software you download to your PC, and it like runs through your games, or you add screenshots to it or whatever. And so when you're scrolling through your games,
yeah, screenshots of the game.
Exactly. You go down to Adventure Island. See, it shows like a kind of a placeholder.
Yeah.
It's supposed to, but in order to do that, you need to run this software on your PC. And remember, we went to the site, and I was like, hey, dude, what's your login to the Terra Onion site? So I can download the software, and we had some trouble.
And remember, we tried it, and it
yeah,
said
you couldn't even register your serial number.
Yeah, serial number was like not accepted.
Yeah, so we tried to log in, and we reset the password, and then you're like, oh, maybe I didn't register them, and then you try to register the serial number, and it was completely invalid.
Yeah.
So there's some problems with obtaining the software. There's problems registering. So
yeah.
Hopefully, once they get that sorted out, you can go to your PC and create all these screenshots for the game. So that would be pretty neat. But for the meantime, it just shows the SD, Super SD System 3 logo. So whatever. The bigger problem I have with this, the biggest problem I have is the buttons, I think. The other problem I have is at the top you'll see it says HuCards and CD-ROMs.
Uh-huh.
So if I go to CDs and select it, nothing. All my CDs are in there, but nothing. So I have to go, but if I hit the select button, it switches to the CD-ROMs. And if I go there, now I see them all.
And there they are. That's
so these are all folders. It's nice that they scroll. That's pretty cool. In case the name's too long, which a lot of these have long names.
Right.
But if I go to HuCards, you'll see that I'm in the same directory. I see nothing. So it scans for CDs or HuCards based on what
you have selected,
what tab you're on.
Yeah.
Which is why do that? And same thing is here. Like I'm in the HuCards section. I can see the HuCards, but if I hit nothing, it just shows me the. These are just directories.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun just navigating through this.
Yeah. Well, it's not too bad. It's just most of the time you're gonna be HuCards. Sometimes you'll be here when you want to select C, but it's to me it's pointless. It's unnecessary. So let's go through the options before we start playing the game. So, hitting button 2 takes us to the options. So boot to last game. If you have that enabled, this is the only time you can use the one button, by the way. If you enable that, whenever you start it up, just the system you turn it off back on, it boots the game that you last ran.
Okay.
So if you ran anything, even a CD game, if you ran Rondo of Blood, you turn the system off, come back the next day or later that day, turn it back on, boom, starts Rondo of Blood immediately.
Oh, cool.
So the problem is like, hey, how do you
get
back to the menu? You know what? It says in I think you have to hold down run as you turn it on.
For a few seconds or something? Yeah,
no, you just hold down run and power it on. It's run or some other button. There's a way to do it. It's in the stupid manual there. But to me, it's not worth it because there's a load last game option right there. All I have to do is boot it and just hit start or run. That's it.
Load last game.
Yeah. So to me, it's not worth enabling that. So I have that off.
Okay. Makes sense.
Enable in-game trigger. So I disabled it so I can get this warning. says some games may have issues with the in-game trigger enabled. If you experience any issues, please disable it and try again before submitting a bug. So what this is on most, actually I think on all PC Engine line of consoles, if you hold down select and run, it'll reset the game. It's like a soft reset.
Okay.
So I've done that by accident, but it does a soft reset. This, if you do the same button combination, see, I would have picked a different button combination so it doesn't, conflict with the normal soft reset. But if you do hold down, select, and run on some games, some of the times it'll bring you back to the Super SD System 3 menu. In case you want to select a different game.
It just puts you all the way out.
Yeah,
okay.
boots to here. But it's kind of iffy.
Okay.
I don't know. I leave it on. I haven't experienced it causing a problem where like the game won't start or something like that.
Gotcha.
But if it causes you problems, then come back here and disable it. And when you label it, just warns you. Skip CD-ROM, press run when you load up a CD, or when you turn on a system and has a CD in it. Even with no CD in it, you turn on, you see this press run to start.
Yeah.
If you have that enabled, it hits run for you. I see no point in it. The one thing that this makes you miss is when you're booting to the CD-ROM, if you hit select, you can access the save files for the CD-ROM, because the CD-ROM normally has backup memory, so you can save your
okay.
That's how you say. Obviously, you can't save to your CD.
No.
Right? They're not CDRs or RWs.
Right.
So it has backup memory on it, and it actually allows you to store certain HuCards or turbo chip games, like maybe Dungeon Explorer or something. I forgot. There's a few of them, not that many, but you can save to it. So in order to access that, you have to have the ability to hit select on that. So if you have that enabled, you won't ever get to see it. Most of the time, you don't need to do it, and here's why.
I would just leave it off then.
Yeah, I would leave it off. It's no big deal for me to hit run once to get to the game.
I just want to keep it as close to the original CD-ROM system as possible. So.
But really, you don't. The nice thing about this is you don't need to worry about memory management so much, because it has a per game backup RAM. So there's 2K of backup RAM, right?
Okay.
So normally I'm going to make up a number. This is going to be wrong, but like you could save like 10 games, 10 average games, right? And then if you wanted to save an 11th game, you'd run out of space. So you'd have to go and that's why you manage the memory. You'd go in there and delete the files. They're like, oh, I'm not going to play whatever anymore.
Right.
You delete it to make space. I can store more. With this one, it creates a new 2K save file for each individual game. So it's like each game gets its own
2K,
set of memory banks.
Nice.
So
That's
it gets
cool.
its own memory bank. So yeah, you'll never run out of space as long as you don't run out of space on your SD card. So every single game has its own 2K, which is nice. So I would leave that on.
Okay.
Enable arcade card. There's only a handful of games. Like I think there's like 12 or 13 games that support arcade cards, and we talked a little bit about that. If you're interested about that, I have an arcade card video. Check that out. But there's the regular CD-ROMs, the Super CD-ROMs, which are version 2, and then there's the Super CD-ROMs, which are version 3, and then there are arcade ROMs. So actually, version 1 and 2 both play regular CDs. You need. Is that you? You need to get it?
Nah, I'll answer in a little bit.
Okay. So basically, this allows you to play the arcade ROMs, arcade CD-ROMs like Sapphire. There's Neo Geo ports and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of games, but I think Strider may be another arcade game.
Yeah, I saw a video of that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that Strider on this system.
So that's pretty neat. So you can enable that. So for the CD-ROM system cards, you actually need those BIOSes on the SD card. So you need to tell it which CD card you want to use. So I have a multitude of them here. I have the version 1 from Japan. So if you want, you can make it act like, oh shoot, what did I do? Okay, wait. Okay, so I selected version 1, which is like, this one wasn't even available in America. It was like pre-US release.
Okay.
So it's equivalent to this, except for, I forgot what the difference is. There's a slight, dude, you better get that. You sure?
No, that's my brother. That's what he
Oh,
has.
okay, cool. So, and then these two here are the version 3. These are allow you to play the Super CD-ROM games. And this one is another named one of this. I think this one's American, this one's Japanese. You can tell because when you select one and you play, it'll say PC Engine on top if it's the Japanese one.
Okay.
And if it doesn't say anything at all, just as, the CD, then it's the American one. So it doesn't really matter which one you pick, as long as you pick one of those. But if you pick the wrong one, if you pick one that's too low, usually the game will give you like a message like, hey, you don't have the right system card to play this game. And some of the games have like hidden mini games and stuff. Like even though like you might put in a Super CD-ROM game, and you only have the version 2, so it doesn't have enough RAM to play it, it'll actually give you a little mini game or something you can play. Like it's really crappy, but you get a little message or something. So, but it's kind of neat.
Funny.
So I'm going to select version 3 just because, and then the enable arcade. I'm just going to leave it on.
Okay.
There's only if you happen to run some incompatibilities, you can try to turn it off. And there's some times that where I've heard that certain games, if you play with the arcade card, it messes up. But for the most part, I would just leave it on.
Okay.
And this version just tells you the version. Hey, there's your serial number. Oh well. You can't register it anyway.
Like
What are you gonna do with it? Try to register that serial number. It doesn't work. We need to contact Terra Onion to see if we can get registered, just to get that software.
Why you don't work?
Yeah. So anyway, so you want to start with HuCard or?
You, sure.
Let me show you one of my favorite games. This is. Have you played Blazing Lasers?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes.
That is probably my one of my favorite games. So all you do is hit run and beautiful.
It sounds so 80s.
It super does. But this game is a super awesome shooter. Yeah, barely in the 80s, 89. This might be the American release, not the Japanese. The Japanese one's probably like 87 or something. So what you need to know about this game, Jesse, is what you want is Weapon 3. Weapon 1 sucks balls. Don't get that one. Weapon 4 sucks ball. Yeah, look. I'm going to show you the crappy weapons. Okay, 3. So it looks like garbage right now. But, oh, I get missiles. Damn it. Okay. Once you power it up, okay, so that's a shield. So you wanted that. I lost my missiles. The trick is, like, if you pick up the shield and then the missiles, you have to keep both, but the shield is weakened. Those purple balls will upgrade your weapon, but it's super slow. The best thing you do is keep picking up the same one. And look, it's going to get badass, dude, because it follows you everywhere. And it's like just...
Holy shit.
It runs over shit. And when you get it fully powered up, it's ridiculous. It's one of those games where, like, you're doing awesome, and then you die, and then you lose, like, 5 ships in a row. Because you lost your... Oh,
because you're just trying to power up.
I picked up the stupid full power-up, or whatever the hell the F is. It heat seeks. I hate this. It converts it to a crappy laser.
Dude, this looks like a crazy, insane version of Life Force, the top-down stages.
Oh, I picked one. Why did I do that?
Because I remember you pick the options, and then you power them up, and you select it. Kind of, but it's way faster.
So those little triangles in the upper left-hand corner are your speed. If you hit the select button, you can actually change how fast you move. Like,
whoa!
Yeah, I like 2. 2 is pretty chill, but he's still mobile enough. Dude,
wow.
get me off of this shit. This is weapon 4. Get me. Come on, give me 3.
There's so much going on the screen. It's crazy. That's awesome.
This is part of the Alesta series. In Japan, this is called Gunhead, and it's the craziest story. It's based off of a movie called Gunhead, which I'm sure you've never seen. It is a terrible movie, but I found it. Like, I found the movie and I watched it because I wanted to see what the movie was. Because I really like this game. Absolutely nothing to do with this game whatsoever. And the funny thing is, it has American actors in it, and they speak English during it. And it's just, if you find it, watch it just for shits and giggles. But it's a terrible movie. It has to do with like a mech. The Gunhead is a mech. Where do you see a mech that I'm in? It's a spaceship.
It is a ship.
Dude, where is my number 3 laser? Oh my god, come on. And then we'll move off the game. I want to show you some other features. But maybe try a 2-player game.
I can't wait to blast this through my amplifier.
Oh my god, dude. You know, this is a HuCard game, of course, and it does have pretty good music. But man, when you start playing those C games,
that's why I wanted to get that. My main reason why I got the system was to play Double Dragon, Rondo of Blood, and Fighting Street.
Blood's amazing.
And Fighting Street, because of the soundtrack is so much better. Actually, it's way better than the arcade.
Oh, because of CD audio.
Yeah, they did remix tracks of all the stages.
Is it supposed to be like arcade port or its own like version of Double Dragon 2?
Oh well, Double Dragon, it's its own version, man. Everybody likes it. It's a little weird, but it's really nice from what I read. And I played every version of Double Dragon
There it is.
you can think of.
Sorry.
Got
excited.
On the home systems.
Oh my god!
Except this one, except the for PC Engine.
So the PC Engine one is completely different.
Yeah, I've never played it. And I've only seen.
All right. I'm
video.
sad because I didn't get my super powered up. Oh, that's the one that changes. Okay, I got it. Now I have to play for a little bit longer. So Double Dragon. What else were you picking it up for?
Rondo of Blood,
Excellent
and Fighting Street.
So that's right. You already said that. So
The rest of them are all mystery to me, man.
So Fighting Street. I mean, I know you were known for your Street Fighter 2 skills, especially Super Turbo. In case people don't know, this is Jumpsuit Jesse. For those of you that are old school Street Fighter 2 players, is that the because Fighting Street sucks, dude?
It does.
It is awful.
It does. But
oh god damn it!
in the arcade when I was a kid, right about 89 through 90, I was obsessed with playing Street Fighter 1 because I played one with the giant plunger buttons.
Oh, with the pressure sensitive.
Yep. And right around that time was when all the great crappy martial arts movies were coming out.
Okay.
Perfect Weapon, Bloodsport, freaking Steven Seagal, all those movies. You know, they were also great. So all these, that was one of the only fighting games besides Pit Fighter
That's true.
that was out in the arcades. And Double Dragon, I already beat that like crazy. So I was like, here's Street Fighter.
Yeah, but it plays so bad though.
Yeah, it does. And there was a guy at the arcade that knew how to do the moves, and he showed me how to do them.
It's so inconsistent though. That's the problem with it.
It is. But I would, luckily, I would get good enough to beat the game in 1 quarter if I was lucky.
Wow. I just played a little bit of that game, but yeah.
So
dude, what was the name of the? I remember seeing this so much in the. Look how much this. Oh my god!
You die.
I'm the worst. It's because I'm trying to talk and remember and shit at the same time. Anyway, let's see if this in-game thing works.
A soft reset.
The soft reset works. Oh, I know it works on this game because I've done it. Sometimes if you hold down select and then run, or run then select, maybe that one. Nope. Dude.
Denied.
Look, I'm trying to.
Okay, Terra Onion, what's up, man?
To their credit, they did say this kind of doesn't work all the time.
Okay.
But it made it seem to me like it doesn't work per game. Now it doesn't work. Oh
You gotta reset
god. Oh wait, hold on. I can do this. Wait. No. Okay, yes. Yes,
Okay.
it.
One more reset.
That sucks. So anyway, what was I saying? There was this white chick with like brunette, like big '80s hair, and she like gets the spirit of a ninja in her.
Yeah.
It's in something Ninja 3.
Ninja 3 the Domination.
That's what it is.
With
yes.
Sho Kasugi.
Yes, dude. That was like at every video store I ever went to.
Every time we go to the video store, I'd get the big MGM Canon box. Because they had their big VHS cardboard boxes that would open up like a book.
Yeah.
And they say, look, Mom, it's got Sho Kasugi. There's no Kasugi like Sho Kasugi like no Kasugi.
You were really into ninjas and shit, weren't you?
Oh, man.
Did you go to the flea market and buy all those ninja stars and nunchucks?
I would drool over the weaponry, but my dad would be like, hell to the no. So what I did
because they're dangerous or expensive?
both.
Oh.
And so what I did was I would break off the screenings for the windows and use the edges, the frame, tear it apart, and make my own swords out of them. And my dad beat my ass when I did that. He's like, "What happened to the screen?" And I had a sword. I would wrap it with electrical tape to make it look black and cut cardboard and just coat the whole thing in electrical tape.
I'm being creative, Dad.
Dude,
Why are you stifling my creativity?
we would get roof shingles and cut ninja stars out of them. I would get on the roof and rip off a shingle and cut ninja stars out of them.
Man, you were a destructive kid.
Yeah, dude. Did everything. If you only knew what I would do as a kid.
The worst thing that I did probably was we used to play BB gun wars with real pellet guns. Hey, the rule was 1 pump only.
Ooh. You should try out.
BBs only, not pellets. I shot my cousin right here, dude, and that was the end of that shit. Because I shot him right here, and he had a mark. And we used to use those old school trash cans, like those metal trash cans.
My god!
as shields.
Just like a shield.
Yes, dude, that was awesome. But yeah,
This is real life confessions of video game addicts, man. I would get I would go get a quarter and change it for 5 nickels and get my dad's sledgehammer and bash them down
into quarters,
into quarter slugs, and they would work.
Holy shit, dude! Wow, I used to know this kid. This totally got off the subject now.
Yeah.
He would go to arcades, and he showed this. He would get a penny.
Yeah.
And he'd flick it. What? How do you know that?
Yeah, dude, that's classic. Like, my older brothers taught me that.
He'd flick it up there, and it would hit the credit thing, and you get free credits.
Yeah, if you're lucky enough to find one with a door that's broken off, the little coin door.
Yeah.
You know, you just go in there, and you just go right up in there.
That is nuts.
And then, of course, you get the string on the quarter. If you're lucky enough, you can do
Oh
that.
my
We have to get a
God,
real fine piece of string. And ting, ching, ching.
Life hacks. All right, so let's mess around with the CDs a little bit.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go down to CDs. I didn't put it on here. There was a bikini one on here. So I got these are all mostly American ones. There's Fighting Street.
Nice.
You want to revisit?
Sure.
Fighting Street. Okay. Here you go. Oh, why does that even? That's weird. I hit start to. Well, I'll select that. That's weird. It made me select. So this is the American one because it doesn't say PC Engine on top.
Okay.
So, but whatever. Just hit run to hood and start.
Oh, yes.
Who is that? Joe?
That's Joe. That's definitely Joe.
And why did they rename Street Fighter Fighting Street?
That's a good question.
Dude.
If anybody knows
No, do play because I don't know. I don't know why they did that. So go for it. Just play one player.
You hear that? You can see just on the select screen, you can tell the difference.
Red Book audio from the 80s.
God, it sounds so good. Japan.
And it's still garbled like it is in the
Oh,
arcade.
it's amazing. I love it. Sounds like it's talking to a turtle. What's the? That's what he sounds. Now you know how this works, right? The longer you hold the button down, the stronger.
Wow, you already got one out. That's pretty amazing. The music is really good.
I'm trying to do an uppercut.
Yeah, keep trying, son.
I need a joystick.
No, you need luck. Try Hurricane Kick.
Kick
Oh,
in the
dude.
face.
Try Hurricane Kick.
Go to heaven.
Go to heaven.
Apparently he's some kind of a Japanese monk or something. They never brought him back.
Retsu? Is that who we're playing?
Retsu,
Okay.
yeah, finding Retsu.
Or, I'm sorry, Enemy? Because they can't be bothered to, like, put his name up there for some reason?
Now I'm an expert on a pad on a Super Nintendo playing Street Fighter. You cannot pull off moves on this shit.
It is ridiculously
Look
hard.
at that. Boom.
Tons of damage. And they never block. You ever notice? Like, when you do a fireball, they're like, nah, we're getting it. It's like unblockable.
He says all white. That's what he says.
And why is he redhead in this version? I never understood that either. He's supposed to be Japanese. His name is Ryu. It's not Eric.
It's Eric. It's dude. Just want to get one dragon punch.
Dude, come on, Dragon Punch. Or at least Tatsumaki Sambyuka. Warm up, dude. Get a Hurricane Kick.
I'm trying. Wrong way.
Do you still miss this game? Hey, yeah, you
Got it.
You didn't hit shit, but you got it.
All right. Now in the arcade version, there's sky clouds in the background moving, and it's got a bit more of a parallaxing effect and stuff. So the graphics are definitely better in the arcade, but the sound is better on this.
Of course, CD audio.
What's wait? Go ahead and say it.
Come on. Gotta say it. Afterwards.
Get there many guys like you all over the world.
And the thing is, everybody says the same exact thing. They'll have the same noise.
This is the original Claw right here. Original Vega.
Well, the thing is, in the arcade, I mean, there was no CD unit, so everything was ROMs, and they were too expensive to store all that extra
Man,
audio.
have you seen the arcade board for this game? It's huge.
No,
It's like triple layered.
And that sound, I mean, voice, but, you know, voice took up so much space that you couldn't fit much in there. I also couldn't fit many frames of animation either. You can block in this game?
Yeah.
I've never tried. I always just try to do the Dragon Punch over and over. Hey, there it is! As far as I'm concerned, you've already beat the game. You did a Dragon Punch, a Fireball, and a Hurricane Kick. That's it. Game over.
I've done it all.
Because you've done it all. Oh my god. You're saying Street Fighter 5 looks like it's playing underwater. This thing
I'm
is...
ahead of him. Oh no!
There you go. Oh, you gonna chicken out?
3, 2.
He's gonna throw... Oh!
You dirty bastard! I got him.
Oh
I
my
still got
god.
him.
That's because he threw 3 of them. That guy should be banned.
Yeah, it should be, dude.
Air
It's
fireballs.
like Akuma. This is the Akuma and Claw.
Yeah.
Before that's where they got the idea from, man. You bastard! Look at he's rushing me down.
So after this, we want to do a little test. We're gonna try to run a Super CD-ROM game.
Let's do it. Do it right now.
With no. We'll see if we can reset it. Try the thing.
I'm holding them both down.
Yeah. Try to. Nope. Try it again. Yeah, that's not a feature that works super great. Here, let me try it. Well, that was like holding on run and hitting select. See, okay, so just to show you, that's what happens if you hit select. It goes here.
Okay.
No,
Damn it.
come on. It's not gonna. It's probably quicker if you just reset the thing.
Going to reset now.
It reminds me of when I was a kid. It's like, why do I need a remote? I have you. That's what my dad would say.
Reset it.
Hey, go change the channel. Put it on channel 4. All right,
I used to make my little brother.
All
hold,
right, Dad.
I used to make my little brother hold block on second play. That was my training mode. Like
What?
I would make
Oh,
playing Street
okay.
Fighter. I would make my little brother say, "Okay, well, after I hit you the first time, try to block," and I would pay him in quarters or food or
I'll let you live one more day.
you know.
So we're going to go with the version 1.0 card, just to confirm. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then we're going to try to run, let's go to CD-ROMs. We're going to try to run Rondo of Blood, and it should fail. So here's the, hit start, or run, keep saying start. It's going to give us a little message saying, no. So that's pretty cool. This is your little mini game.
I should do that.
It's neat that they even bother to program this in there. This CD-ROM is Super CD-ROM 2 game. Please use your Super System card. Oh, there's Maria. Sorry.
So that's supposed to be Belmont, right?
That's supposed to be Richter, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
That is so cool. Let's see if I can get this to reset. Dude, I'm having no luck with this thing today. Well, I can do the soft reset. So you can see this is PC Engine CD-ROM version 1.0. That's about. That's okay.
Reset.
Reset it again.
Reset. 1, 2, 3. All right.
So that's what happens when you put
So
the too low of a version. Oh shit. Okay. All right. Select. Let's actually go to version 3. Even a version 2 would be too low. It has to be version 3. We'll choose the Japanese one for the heck of it. Go to CD-ROMs. Go up. You gotta go to. This is so cumbersome. And then now let's try. I'll let you play. See, it says PC Engine on top. That's saying you get the Japanese version.
I just want to see how it looks and just I never played this.
This game's amazing. I'm not as a non-Castlevania super fan. I like Castlevania, all right.
I played 4. 4 is
That me too. Because oh shit, that is loud.
lebten die Menschen glücklich und zufrieden. Niemand bemerkte den Schatten der
So this is translated?
This one is, yes.
Nice.
They took the PSP versions of Dracula X Chronicles, which had the American voices or English voices and text, and they combined it with the
Thank you
PC
so much.
Engine.
Thank you so much for finding that.
Yep. So this one is completely in English. Well, this part's not even in Japanese; it's German. So it's stayed in German because I guess German sounds more evil. I don't know.
Hell yeah, it does. 9. Yeah, it does. Let me see.
So go ahead and just enjoy. See, even the title screen is converted.
Wow.
So you can delete that or whatever, create a new one. So you have to go down. It's a little weird. You got to go to name entry and select player 2 and whatever.
Okay.
And then now end. And then select
Just the music alone, I can already
Oh,
hear
it
it.
is great.
That's it? And then game start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let's play until you get Maria. I'll show you how to get Maria. See if you can skip this. I might not let you because you just started a new game. Okay, cool. But
Wow. I mean, just
have you never played this
I've
game?
never played.
You never even seen me play it?
I've seen a couple of videos.
It is
shots of you.
really good. So, like you, what happened was when the Super Nintendo came out, I was looking for games to play, and Super Castlevania 4 was one of like the early release games.
Yeah.
So I was just
that.
like picking anything. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll play that. So I finished. That's his girlfriend or whatever. And then there's another girl. There's 4 maidens. Anyway, so I was saying is when I had the Super Nintendo, it was a game to play. So that's the only Castlevania I finished before this one, was Super Castlevania 4.
Wow.
I played 1 and 2 at my cousin's house on his NES. Maybe a little bit of 3, but
I've only beaten the original Castlevania. It's the only one I've ever beaten. I haven't
Okay.
beaten 2. I haven't beaten 3. I'm a little behind the times. But when I saw this though, and in 4, I've gotten really far in it. But I love playing it though. It's one of the best.
So this one is the prequel, or I should say, Symphony of the Night's a sequel to this. It's a direct sequel.
Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night is a direct sequel to this.
Oh, badass. That's another one I need to get. That's for
So I
PlayStation,
picked
right?
up Symphony of the Night after I beat, because everybody always talks up Symphony of the Night, and I believe that it's better than this, but I haven't played it because I'm not a Castlevania guy. So, but now that having played Rondo of Blood, I'm gonna play.
I gotta
Symphony
beat
of the
this
Night.
guy.
Oh yeah, you gotta beat him. I don't think you can actually die to him. Just hit him like twice, I think. I don't even know if you can die to him, honestly. He's gonna throw a green badass fireball at you. You can double jump. No, there it is. In the back jump, just jump it, or whip it. What didn't matter.
Okay.
You can't really lose.
Got him again?
He just goes away, I think. Or maybe hit him one more time. No, he just goes away. It's just like a little. That guy comes
Dramatic
up later.
intro.
Yeah,
Okay.
he comes up later. It's kind of a little foreshadowing.
Wow. This looks so nice.
I love that it's like Dinner of Flames. Like,
This looks so neat.
yeah, it's really good.
Oh, the music alone.
Yeah, let me turn the music
I
back
can
up a
already
little bit.
hear it. It sounds great.
Yeah, it's got remixes of the original Castlevania music.
And this is still technically an 8-bit.
8-bit CPU, 16-bit GPU, so you can take that however you want. You can push down and you'll fall through the stairs, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
And
This
up-
is nice.
No, you want the axe. Up and attack, shoots
Oh,
the
neat.
axe.
It lets you drop your weapon in case you want to go back to it.
Yep.
Nice.
So up and attack is your axe. Yeah, you're gonna need that. And just so you can
Yeah.
know. So you want to
Wow.
use it on this guy because up and axe, up and attack. There you go.
This is so
So if you
nice.
go down there, you can actually read that sign.
You can?
You can just fall and then jump over to the right.
How you read it? Oh. Oh, nice. So it's got.
It's a kind of a little cool. I mean, there's no reason to read it.
It kind of reminds me of Simon's Quest.
Is that the one where at night everything got shittier?
Yep.
So here you're gonna get a bunch of shit coming out of the windows.
Dude, I can't wait to get on play this. This looks so good. Oh, okay. Little Donkey Kong effect there.
You can whip those glowing. Yeah.
I'm sorry if I suck at this, guys. I haven't played this version. Like, oh my god, you suck! Sick to
There you
Street
go.
Fighter.
Watch out here. That guy's kind of a pain in the
Oh.
butt. There you go.
He's like a, see, it's like a ninja.
So you can just go down. Yeah, I mean, you can get that if you want. Go down here, and if you go left, there's a secret area, a secret exit, but you're not going to do that because you want Maria. So go down there and just go to the right. You can actually whip those things and jump to the left. And there's a completely different exit with a completely different boss.
Oh, what?
So there's multiple. Some stages have multiple exits, secret exits. So I actually have an upcoming video over the summer, and I'll probably post it over the summer,
Okay.
where I have a complete 100% playthrough. So I'll show you all the. And then you can actually whip his fireballs.
Again? Okay.
Yeah.
This is nice.
I have a complete playthrough 100% with Maria and Richter. Maria is so much easier to play as. She's got a double jump, and she's got when she attacks, she can attack twice. And she's got a roll that's super fast. And she's got a Street Fighter like mini move.
What the hell? You just punched me.
Yeah, you just axe him, dude. I never like save my ammo for that shit. I just don't use it. That's what it's there for. You get points if you save it, but I'm not going for scores, so who cares? Yeah, just run to the right. They actually have a version of this for the Super Nintendo called Dracula X.
That's one game I haven't gotten yet.
It's
Too
not good.
damn expensive.
It's not good. So you see the wyvern in the background?
Yeah.
I love that it kind of gives you like a preview of the
Preview.
boss. Yeah, yeah. So on this one, oh man, you might have some problems.
Dude, look at that. I'm just looking at the background.
You need that heart. Okay.
I'm just looking at the background of this. It looks so
Just
nice.
use a bunch of axes because he's in the air. That's why I have an axe. And
Hard.
stay behind him.
Oh shit.
So like axe him and then get behind him. There you go. Go get behind him. There you go. Perfect. Get behind him. Get behind him.
Oh shit! I forgot. I didn't see that. I was so busy looking at him. You take over.
All right. I'll show you how to get the Maria real quick. Well, I mean, you're gonna be a full health bar. One of these better be a damn axe. There you go. I don't know. The first time I played it, I don't know what I did. Like I maybe decided I didn't want the axe or something. I tried to play it without the axe. It's kind of a pain in the butt because it's really hard to whip because he's up in the air.
Yeah, you can't control the whip like Castlevania 4.
No.
Now I heard that the audio on this is seamless when you go from one stage to another.
Oh shit!
or
I haven't played this in a while. So the CD, because it's not actual optical disc.
It just boots it, right?
Yeah. So there's certain games that will have a pause while it loads up CD tracks. This one doesn't because obviously you have them on SD card.
Wow,
I'm
it
real
picks you
bad
up.
right now.
That's so cool.
I normally never get hit by this guy. There we go. But yeah, because there's no CD access, there's no optical disc, it's just instant access. So you don't have those little pauses while
That's
it loads.
pretty awesome,
while it
man.
changes tracks. So you get a little orb here. I would like to do a little flip on it. Yeah. So let's just get Maria, and then we'll try something else.
So overall,
Just wanna try.
what do you think? I mean, bang for the buck. You think it's-
Absolutely. It's got a couple of weaknesses, but it's definitely worth every penny. If you're a fan of the Turbo Duo or PC Engine, or even if you're not, like, it's a hell of a, to get into it. Because PC Engines, if you don't want one boxed, they're pretty cheap. Like,
Yeah,
how much,
I looked out.
how much is a nowadays? I haven't looked.
Well, I paid $80 for mine, but mine was
Boxed, right?
Mine was boxed. I was lucky, but I usually see them go for about $120 box. But
So
all day about $80.
So you can buy a loose one for like $50, probably. So
But,
this guy is, you just have to, since you can hit his axe, you just want to attack when he attacks
Okay.
the same height. Otherwise, it becomes a pain in the butt because the axes are like.
Wow, I
boomerangs.
love the little details in this game. The
Oh
rain,
man, it's like on the little splatter on the
everything.
on the
It
ground.
just looks so nice.
So you probably recognize this from Castlevania 1.
Yeah. So like I said, I got this. Like I said, because it
You
was
can
just,
actually jump these things.
oh neat. It was just a little overwhelming on all the pieces that I needed to get.
I just skipped those things too, like
all the eyeballs.
yeah, because they don't hurt you when they first drop. So you can just walk right
Oh,
past
this
them.
music just sounds so good. Damn.
It's gonna start slowing down when there's too much stuff on the screen. Anytime you get to the end of the level, it kills them all, so I always just do that. So this part is awesome. I love this part.
So what do you think of the? How would you say the RGB performance on this?
It's great. I mean, I'm playing it on that PVM. I mean, I know it's recording on a PC over there at 480p, but we're actually playing on my PVM. So the important thing is you get to get that key there. You see that?
Yeah.
And you don't use it or give it up. Like, you just hold it in your inventory. And then it allows you to unlock the cell where Maria's at.
So Dracula X is just like this.
No. So it has set like the behemoth is in Dracula X, but in a completely different part. It's completely different. Oh my god! I'm the worst. Oh no. I just wanted to show you. I didn't even get to, that was terrible. He just he loses his head. I never get hit by that guy. I can't really play and talk. This I just ignore them and just go to the
This is such a nice game, man. I mean, it's so polished.
Oh, for sure.
This is like 2D.
So here's the cell. So I hit up and attack to use the key. Because otherwise, did you see when I used it, it went like question mark? So this guy's, he comes up many times in the game. He's holding Maria captive, and check out this really weird cinema. It's cool, but totally doesn't feel like Castlevania. Watch.
These are like similar to the cutscenes in Double Dragon that I've seen. It looks kind of like cheap anime.
So the thing is with TurboGrafx, they don't go full motion video. Like Sega CD went full motion video. It's so grainy. Like this is just large sprites
I am Richter Belmont. Vampire
with limited animation.
I love this.
And you are?
It's blood. I hope it's not Chris's blood.
Yeah, exactly. Master of Unlocking.
Yes, the Master of Unlocking.
She had her hand right here. Looks so awkward.
My name's Maria Renard. I heard all about you from Annette.
Calm down, Sailor
I
Moon.
came here to beat some bad men, but I got caught. My family are vampire hunters too, so I guess
Put a
that
red hood on her.
Look at this
Oh
hand.
my god.
Sure. Friends.
Take my little
But
hand.
Maria, you're too young for this. You just let the big hunter here take care
So
of that
is this
bad man,
English
okay?
in the PSP?
Dracula X Chronicles.
Dracula X?
The PSP. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know anything
They should have kept this Japanese and just with subtitles.
Some of it later is really poorly synced. Like, really poorly synced. But still. So anyway, that's how you get Maria. If right now, I don't even think I... Oh, I forgot I can use mine.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's supers and stuff based on what you're going to select. I'm not even trying right now. If I can
Just the music alone.
I think I can
man,
just
sounds
go here.
So damn good.
And I think you'll have access to her.
It's freaking dope.
Come on, come on.
Vor langer
Yeah, yeah,
Zeit
yeah.
lebte
So once you have a save file, it lets you skip it. Which is, look, we're at the same point, like as far as I got to.
Neat.
Oh, I didn't save it? Oh no. So normally on a little platform, it lets you choose Maria or Richter.
So and once you pick them, that's it for you gotta play.
I might
the
have had
rest of
to
the
finish
game?
the level. Yeah, you can just choose Maria for the rest of the game, but I'm not going to go through it. But anyway,
How many characters are selectable in this game?
two.
Okay.
Two, yeah.
Wow.
So anyway.
I can't wait to play this at home.
Let's see if I can-
So nice.
Oh, it's going to work. It's going to work. No, it didn't work.
No, psych.
Dude, why doesn't this work? It used to work sometimes. Now it's not working at all. Anyway, reset one more time. We'll do
Reset.
one more game. I just want to show you an arcade CD-ROM, and then we'll call it
Cool.
call it good. So CD-ROMs and CDs, and then so I put Sapphire on here and Strider.
Godzilla. They made a Godzilla game. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
There's
I
Strider.
heard about Ease. Ease is what it's called?
Yeah, Ease Book 1 and 2, and then Ease 3, Wanderers from Ease. A lot of people call it Wise.
Wise.
That is not correct.
Are you wise? No.
Here it is. It doesn't. It's Sapphire at the end. So just making sure that you enable arcade card. You want to see without it? Let's test it. Let's test Sapphire without it. So you start it up. It should give us a warning saying, oh, but at least it gives us a bikini girl. And says arcade card required. Doofus.
I love Japan.
See, the other one gave us at least give us a little. Man, this one just. I have not been able to get. It does work sometimes, I swear. One more time, Jesse. I'm sorry, dude. You're my reset dude.
We like Takashi from Adventure There's I drink to that.
So now, if you didn't believe me, you will certainly believe me. So okay, CDs, and then so there it is, and that should work. So I'm gonna let you try this out. It's a shooter. It's widely considered one of the best shooters. I don't really care for it as much as other people do, but whatever.
Sapphire.
Yeah. This is one of those games where it was released so late in the system's life that it didn't get a big production run, and then it was a really good game. and so it has a really, really high price. It's very, very expensive, like hundreds or thousands of dollars.
And this is how it looks here in the States?
It was never brought over.
Oh, okay.
No arcade games were ever brought over. She's the Sapphire chick. None of the Sapphire, and it's 2 players too. I just don't have a second player hooked up.
Badass.
But there is no arcade games released in the United States because by that time Turbo Duo had died.
Huh.
So it didn't release anything.
Wow.
I'm gonna let you play it for a little bit and I'm gonna ask you your opinion of the game. You gotta play for a little while to kind of see the little graphical things that's got going on.
Oh, neat. Ah, a little bit of Star Fox in there.
Yeah.
What the hell? See, I can. Ah.
I think you're zoomed in too much. I think there's not enough screen to maneuver.
Yeah.
You know, like
It feels really
that
tight.
little bar at the bottom makes things worse. Like it
Yeah.
takes away screen real estate from going up and down. You know,
Yeah, I feel a little cramped in here.
it feels cramped. I wish they would have made it more letterboxed and shifted it over and put the information on the side if you needed to make space to make it a long. You know, it just feels too squished to me.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just I feel very limited in my movement. What I can do, very.
Yeah.
That's some neat effects. Whoa, shit. Oh, wow, that's pretty neat.
Anyway, that's Sapphire.
Interesting.
What do you think?
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not like I think Blazing Lasers is better personally.
Yeah.
It's a much older game too. But,
Yeah, Blazing Lasers just feels better.
yeah.
Neat.
Cool. All right. Yep. Let's just give just the other shut that off and go ahead and power on the Super Graphics or the Super CD-ROM. And then we'll give that a quick shot just to compare the. So you can see like it's the same. Basically, it's a different card, but
See, I
it's
like
the
this
same.
font, man.
Yeah, it's easier on the eyes.
Way
And
easier.
guess what? You can hit the buttons that you would expect.
And they work.
And they work. So we'll do Blazing Lasers. Oops. So actually they are reversed. I have to hit 2 to... But at least you get to use the face buttons. But just a direct comparison to Sapphire, like... I think this game is so much better. Here, you give it a shot real
I mean,
quick.
just look at that. I mean, just so much more room. The whole screen is full of graphics.
Doesn't have as good a graphics, I think, but they're cleaner to me. Doesn't seem
No,
like...
that's fine. I mean,
Yeah.
it. I mean, yeah. Granted, the other game had some 3D effects. Had some 3D effects with the little.
Yeah. Missiles are good. Or multi-body, yeah.
But
Don't get that.
yeah, this is
Don't
so
get
much.
that. Don't get that.
No. Oh shit. I see it on the screen. I'm like, give me.
Yeah, I know, but you gotta avoid everything. It's not Roman numeral 3.
Yeah, this is fine. I like this much better.
But yeah, this is. I don't know if you can tell the RGB difference, the quality. I can't really notice a difference between this and playing on the Super SD System 3. This was one of the ones that I did personally. I modified the Super CD-ROM, and so in the same way that you can remove the SD System 3, put it on any machine,
Yeah.
you can remove that Super CD-ROM, put it on other machines, and
Neat.
it'll RGB out. Since the RGB's on the CD-ROM unit itself,
Yeah, this is
it'll,
really
it'll
clean.
add CD-ROM, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I went on ahead and got the those component cables.
Right, yeah, you got those HD Retrovision cables.
Yeah.
Get the 3, get the 3. Okay, don't get anything else.
Okay, I might as well get that while I'm getting this.
Yeah,
I'll order
yeah.
both.
Yeah, if you don't have a PVM, that's definitely the way to go. You should get an OSSC.
What is that?
That's that little line doubler or quadrupler or quintupler or tripler. The one that allows you to basically upscale it so you can play it on modern TVs. That's what's...
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And it doesn't lag?
No, it's not a little lag because it doesn't actually doing it just doubles the lines, or triples, or quadruples, or doubles.
I think that's what that guy. I bought a TV from a guy that on Craigslist.
Yeah.
For Showdown, it's a Samsung TV component, real nice. But he was getting rid of it because he said he wanted an upgrade to a flat screen for space. But he said he's got tools to make it run. I go without lag. He goes, oh yeah, there's no lag.
Yeah.
So it must be talking about the same thing.
There's a FreeMeister, but that adds a little bit of lag, but it has higher compatibility. So you get a FreeMeister, you get a 3, you get a 3. Yeah.
That's Japan, right? They released in
Yeah.
Japan?
The OSSC is actually out of Europe,
Okay.
but there's pros and cons to each. I personally prefer the OSSC. I just don't like lag. You know.
I can't deal with it, man.
Yeah. So I don't. Even if it adds 1 or 2 frames, like
When you made that
mentally,
post,
I know it's there. Like it might not affect things if you're playing a role-playing game, but for action games, like
Yes.
I'm like, oh man, if I didn't have that 1 frame, even though it's not true, like I'm gonna
Dude,
feel like it is.
playing Punch Out, playing
I
Ninja
just-
Gaiden, and any game that's like split-second timing, even Mario. I need to feel that instant
Exactly.
reaction.
So I would go with OSSC. It has a lower compatibility with TVs and capture devices and stuff, but if you have one that it works with, like it's super great. Even if you only get line doubling or line tripling, it still looks really good. Make it a 3. Let it get to a 3 and then stop shooting it. Let it turn to 3 and then shoot it.
Shit.
Oh, you have bombs too. Shit.
Damn. Awesome.
Anyway,
Well, I can't wait to go play this, man.
all right, Jesse. So, let's see if this one resets. Oh, of course. I'm not on the SD System 3 anymore. I'm on the damn EverDrive on the Super Graphics. So, any questions?
Yeah, well, no, I just wanted to get your okay on it, man. See if I did I do it good.
You did a good.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's
did
all
a
I'm
good.
happy
Very,
about, man.
very good.
So I'm anxious to go home and play
Yeah.
it, man.
So, I appreciate you lending it to me.
Yeah, no
Had a
problem.
blast
man.
with it. So, I think if you don't already have the Turbo EverDrive and an RGB mod, it's a no-brainer, man. It's a no-brainer. So,
Awesome. I'm glad. Yeah, like I said, because I was drooling over like different setups on eBay that people had. I'm like, should I just buy that? But then
that's the way to go.
recap.
If you're just starting out, 100% no-brainer. Get one of those, and just any cheap PC engine. You don't even need an American one because it plays all the American ones and Japanese games.
I'm just glad
All of them.
that my SD card
Except for Super Graphics.
works from because I just took my EverDrive.
Yeah.
I just got an EverDrive for my Turbo Graphics. I loved it.
Yeah.
Took it right out, put it in this, and it booted up.
Yep.
So I was like, cool.
No big deal. Just swap them out.
So I don't have to buy. I don't have to buy another card. I could just take.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it'll just ignore the CDs when you put it into your EverDrive because it won't be able to do anything with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
All right, guys. Well, if you guys have any questions or comments, put them below, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Later, Jesse.
Later.